we have a new episode in representing in MultiVersus. Now, I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but I've been doing it on stream, so if you want to watch me do the next character on stream, I'm probably doing it the next time I stream. It's pretty cool. But today we're going to be going over the Flash. Let's start right up with his specials. He has a special mechanic called the Speedometer, which will only go up while you are moving. This basically means you can't stop moving the entire match, or the speedometer will start going back down, and you lose all the effects the speedometer gives you. The three effects are damage, less in lag, and faster output. In lag is basically the amount of time between the end of the move and the ability to start the next move. So if your character hits, there is then a couple of frames or seconds that a character cannot do anything and is basically subject to be hit. The speedometer going faster for some moves means you will have less time between doing the move and being able to do another action. When moving, you will gain 1 mile per hour per 3 seconds of moving. So you want to constantly be moving to get that speedometer up. When you stop moving or go into the air, the speedometer starts going down at intervals of 10 every 3 seconds. So it goes down a lot faster than it goes up. The side special is a giant speed dash. This dash will have you go about halfway through a stage in about half of a second. It takes a few seconds to charge the move up, but executing the move does not do a lot of damage either. Instead, it's more of a gain speed faster kind of move. Every time you use the move, it does 10 speed to your speedometer, meaning you can get up to 100 pretty quickly, but you have to sacrifice all of your time, and you're very likely to be hit while charging up the move. Once the attack degrading starts, it will -1 from that +10 every time, so +9, +8, etc. Until eventually it would just be +1, and you might as well not even use it. For his up special, he will summon a tornado. Just like the side special, it will actually take a few seconds to activate, but once it does, it will drain all of the speed from the speedometer and convert it into upward momentum. If you're at 100, no matter where you are on the stage, everyone in the tornado will be KO'd off the top of the screen. This includes the Flash, so don't go around using it unless you absolutely have to. His down special is Speed Mirage. If you're at 50 speed, you will add an additional Flash copy into the ring. You will control them both, kind of like double cherries from Mario. They both do the exact moves when you do them, but they can be desynced like the Ice Climbers. The Speed Mirage has an amount of health, but the way that it works is the amount of health goes towards both Flashes. So it's very easy to rack up damage on these two guys, and once that damage is exceeded, one of the Flashes will disappear. If, for whatever reason, one of the Flashes falls off of the stage, the one that didn't fall off becomes the real Flash, no matter which one was the real one originally. If you're at 100 speed, it will convert all of the speed into 2 versions of the character, meaning there will be 3 Flashes controlled by one player on the screen at one time. Both of these take all of your speed away and bring you back down to 0, meaning you have to build it back up again. If you're at less than 50 speed, the Flash will, instead of summoning a guy, will do a giant electricity explosion. The size of the explosion is caused by the amount of speed you have. So, if you have exactly 49 speed, that's the biggest the explosion can get. Anything less than that, and the explosion gets smaller and smaller until it eventually reaches 0. His neutral special will be a lightning throw. This also takes all the speed along with all of the other specials, and the higher the speed, the further the lightning can go, and the faster the lightning will fly across the air. If you're at 100, you're going to be doing a lot of damage, and fairly quickly, because the lightning will go across the stage extremely fast. It doesn't do any knockback, but it does cause a lot of damage, and it's a little bit of a hit stun, so you can follow it up with some combos. In the past, I've put all of the moves in a string of long, drawn-out explanation, but this time I'm going to break it up by talking about the costumes and the stages and stuff in between. So, starting off with the Flash's costumes. For his default costume, I wanted a non-specific Flash that was neither Wally or Barry or any of the other Flashes. It's sort of a mix between Wally and Barry's costume, and I think having characters not really know if it's Wally or Barry, and that's maybe part of the joke, I think makes a lot of sense, and you can also sell costumes for them separately later on. Kid Flash, specifically Wallace West. Of course you'd want the regular Wally West Kid Flash as well, but I thought Wallace was a fun one to draw, so here he is. He could have unique voice lines and slightly unique lightning color as well. Justice League Flash. This would be the one that Ezra Miller plays in Zack Snyder's Justice League. I actually really like this design a lot, and I think I did it pretty good justice. It'd have blue lightning, of course, as well, and maybe not necessarily Ezra Miller, but have different voice lines for him as well. CW Flash. I specifically went with the Season 2 design, but you could really go with all of them. Black Flash. Again, different voice lines. Probably, if I was to do it, I would just put an effect over the original voice lines, and maybe have a couple of unique ones in there as well. Daniel West Reverse Flash. Again, different lightning color, probably different voice lines as well. I think Daniel West specifically could actually come with a new signature perk that would come out with the skin, or you could unlock later for free with either the use of coins, or if they wanted to add more upgrade tiers to the Flash and other characters when they do something like this with other skins. Negative Reverse Flash. This one could share with the Reverse Flash a voice line, but have black lightning instead of regular lightning. I'd really love to see how they pull off black lightning because it usually doesn't work too well in any sort of 3D environment, but their effects are usually 2D, so we'll have to see. And last but not least, the Flash from the movie. Now, of course, there's other Flash costumes. I just didn't feel like drawing them all, but here is the movie Flash. I really like this costume. I think the MultiVersus art style could actually do it some justice. Moving on to the attacks. The neutral attack will be a phase punch, where the Flash will vibrate his hand faster and faster, depending on the speed. It will do a lot of damage, and virtually no knockback, and do more of a stun effect to the player, allowing you to continue the combo with something else. This is a charge move, meaning you have to actually hold the button. The longer you hold the button, the more damage it will do. For his side attack, he will lay on the ground and slide across it, kicking anyone in the legs as he goes along. This move will have less in lag, so refer back to what that means if you absolutely need to know. His up attack will be a flip kick, where he jumps up into the air, flips around, and kicks whoever's above him. This one will also have less in lag, but it is also a charge attack, meaning you need to charge it up and take a while before doing the attack. The Flash will do a flurry of kicks for his down attack. This will also be a charge up, but the speedometer will make him a lot faster, meaning you can have way more kicks in way less time, dealing more damage and potentially more knockback. MultiVersus is introducing a dash attack into the game, so, well, you're going to need to have a dash attack for the Flash as well. His dash attack will see him vibrating through his enemies, damaging them a lot, but again, stunning them. Any moves that have him phasing into the player will have them stunned instead of having them be knocked back. Lightning moves do the same, which we will get into in just a second with his aerials. Time for another break. Let's talk about something a little bit more interesting than the costumes. Let's talk about his stage and also some of his perks as well. His stage will be the Central City Flash Museum. It will be a pretty typical stage. The statue will be in the middle, acting as a wall between the two halves of the stage. The Flash statue can be destroyed, and once it is destroyed, the background will also change to have some of the rogues destroying the Flash Museum. He has two perks. His first perk is Fastest Man Alive. That allows him to go to 200 miles per hour, which just ups his damage, lag, and speed of all of his moves. It doesn't actually change any of his specials, it only changes the other moves that don't take the speed away when you use them. His second perk is the Scarlet Speedster. This perk actually gains speed faster. You're capped at 50 though, meaning all moves, including the ones that take the speed away, are also affected, meaning only 2 speed mirages and way less damage on your tornado and lightning moves. But the speed dash adds 20 instead of 10, and you gain 5 per 3 seconds instead of 1, meaning you can gain speed a lot faster. His side air is a lightning whip. He will make a lightning construct and whip the players in front of him. You're able to angle this whip in any direction in front or behind you, since there is no back air in this game. The Speedometer will have this move go faster, and there is no charge up for this move. Up air is his headbutt. The faster you're going, the more damage you will do, but for an additional Speedometer effect, it will also go up slightly higher depending on your speed as well. So when you're coming back to stage, you can use the headbutt move instead of the tornado move to keep your speed, but get back on stage a little easier. For his down air, he will do a ground slam. Similar to any other ground slams in fighting games, you will instantly teleport to the floor, doing damage all the way down, as well as a big slam effect on the ground. His neutral air is his side kick. Just like Mario does, an instant little kick that if you're already moving, he will continue his momentum, but he will not gain any momentum by doing this move. When characters come out in the game, I think that they should start putting skins related to the character into the game as well. And here's a couple of examples. Batman could get the Red Death. The Red Death could also be a skin for the Flash, don't get me wrong, but I think it would be cool if it was also a skin for the Batman. Giving him a lightning cape when he does his glide moves would actually be sick. And for Steven, we have Pink Smoky Quartz. You could actually give him any pink variant. I just went with Smoky Quartz because that's the first time he uses his speed ability, and well, yeah, this is a speed-based character. I have one more pertaining to Taz. He has actually been a part of a couple of comics where the Looney Tunes become the Justice League, and Taz specifically becomes the Flash. So just give him his Flash costume, and maybe some lightning effects during his tornado would be pretty cool. Anyway, that's all I got for you this time. If you would like, you can start suggesting characters in the comments, and if you would also like to watch me put this character together, you can come watch my streams where I do just that. So, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.